Welcome back, everybody. Wanted to talk to you today about straight wall cartridges. These things are becoming incredibly popular. Hunting regulations all over the country have changed. Now more people are using these, and some people call these pistol cartridges because they are straight wall cases. This started for me with the 450 Bushmaster. When I first saw it, I became really interested because it has incredible knockdown power. The amount of energy that 45 caliber bullet is pushing is substantial. So I ended up getting a 450 Bushmaster AR platform rifle, and it became my primary deer rifle many years back. And I will tell you, when you hit a deer with a 450 Bushmaster, it's going down, okay? It's just an amazing amount of energy you're pushing through the air. What made this caliber popular by Hornady was you can use any 45 caliber bullet that you would use for a handgun to reload these. Because they're straight wall cases, I mean, they last, for reloaders, they last a long time. And just a phenomenal, very potent round. Well, the weakness for me with this caliber was the recoil in this gun is a lot for an AR platform rifle. It's way more than an AR-10. It's way more than 300 Blackout. It's pretty substantial. So you didn't want to go out and spend all day shooting 200 rounds of 450 Bushmaster. And as you can see, and I'll do a close-up of these, there's a pretty big difference in the size of these two rounds. But lately what we did was we picked up a 350 Legend caliber AR platform from one of our primary sponsors, Assassin Tactical. I'll put a link to them in the video. Just fantastic company, and they make a really good rifle. Their rifles are becoming pretty common in Georgia, Alabama, some other parts, maybe the southeast. You'll see Assassin Tactical. The gentleman that owns that company, Ken Dalton, is just a great guy, and they make a really good rifle. But we picked up a 350 Legend AR platform rifle, and the reason was it seemed to be that this could offer a substantial knockdown power without having to have the substantial recoil. All right, so I can tell you this: when I put my 9-year-old son on this 450 Bushmaster, it packs a wallop. But when this 350 Legend came out, its recoil is less than a 223 or 5.56 caliber. It's equal or less, let's just say that. So if you look at the specs on these, let's kind of look at the difference here. All right, this happens to be the Hornady. This is the 250 grain FTX Hornady round, 2,200 feet per second, 45 caliber bullet. 2,200 feet per second. It's moving for a big old hunk of lead flying through the air. Then comes the 350 Legend, and the 350 Legend here, this particular round is 145 grains, and its muzzle velocity is 2,250 feet per second. Now, this is not the most potent round you can get for the 350 Legend, nor is this for the 450. But on the scale, this is higher to the top of what you would shoot grain-wise. This is kind of in the middle to lower middle. And it's the same benefit of being able to use a 45 caliber bullet. This will shoot a 35 caliber bullet. So most of the rounds you would reload for a 357 Magnum will work if you reload these. It's also a straight wall case. And as you can see, I'll show you a close-up, there's a substantial size difference in these two rounds, but you don't have the recoil. But let me just say this. Before I talk about the benefits of and pros and cons here of the actual cartridge itself, the Taylor knockout factor on the 450 Bushmaster versus the 350 Legend, let me just say there's no comparison, okay? The Taylor knockout factor is 35 on the 450 Legend. On this particular the 450 Bushmaster. On the 350 Legend, it's 16. That is over double the Taylor knockout factor on the 450 Legend. So it's substantially more powerful comparing these two rounds. Now there are 350 Legend cartridges available, or you can reload your own, that will have 20 to 25 Taylor knockout factor, so you can get more, but don't make any mistake, 450 Legend's a lot more potent of a round. The negative to the 450 is the recoil. Another negative is it's not going to have the range. The ballistic coefficient is better on a 350 Legend. It's just much lighter flying through the air. Gravity. It's just simple gravity physics, right? But let me tell you a big benefit here. I can use standard AR magazines on both of these. Okay? Now, the 350 Legend, you have to be careful because there's a part of the magazine in the front that has an indentation. You have to be very careful. Some of them are going to be finicky. This will be a single stack in an AR magazine. This will be a staggered or double stack, more same as a 5.56. Here's the reason. The bottom of this case is exactly the same as a 5.56. What does that mean for you as an AR platform owner? It means you don't have to buy a different bolt or bolt carrier group. You don't have to. This will actually work on a 5.56 bolt. Whereas the 450 requires a completely different bolt. As you can see, I'll show you a close-up. Huge difference in the head on these two cartridges. Where the head stamp is there, you can see substantially larger with the 450. Okay, but the 350 Legend will work with a standard 5.56 bolt. That's a big benefit to people. They don't have to buy another bolt. And I will tell you, I love both of these rounds. For most hunting, for deer, let's just say whitetail, for even mule deer, I wouldn't have any problem using this 350 Legend. I could sit here and do ballistic gel tests with you, but I would just tell you, I mean, it's kind of a waste of time. The knockout factor on this is enough. Would I use it on a moose? No. Would I use it on an elk? No, probably would not. But I also wouldn't use personally a 30-30 on a moose or an elk. All right. To me, this being a straight wall case, the versatility of my reload options are better than with a 30 caliber because it's a pistol type cartridge. Okay. My reload options here and here are good. So the verdict here, let me do a best review, right? Ballistically, 350 Legend has longer range. All right, it just doesn't drop nearly as much at 200 and 300 yards. But the Taylor knockout factor is far better on the 450, right? Ergonomics don't matter, except for when you shoot this, the recoil, this kind of gets over into shootability. The recoil substantially more on 450 than 350. So shootability, you can hold this steady much longer. Okay, many more shots. I could go out and shoot 200 rounds of this and it wouldn't bother me. 200 rounds of a 450 Bushmaster take a toll. It's a substantial. To end the best review, the bottom line, these have a different purpose. Both of them are good for white-tailed deer. A little better range, much better knockout factor. So if you're going to be shooting 300 yards, I would opt for the 350 Legend. If everything you shoot is going to be less than 100 yards, probably opt for the 450 Bushmaster. Just much more knockdown power. I like them both. I really can't decide. So in certain situations, I'll use the 450. If I'm in thick brush, I trust this better. If I'm shooting longer range on a cornfield or a bean field, I'll pick my 350 Legend. If I'm going to be out shooting all day, I will definitely pick the 350 Legend for the following reason. This ammunition is substantially cheaper than this ammunition. 450 Legend is going to cost you about $1 to $1.50 a round, depending on what you get. 350 Legend, I can buy this most places between 50 cents and 70 cents a round. Occasionally I'll find it on sale, this exact ammo, and I mean it'll be 55 cents, 52 cents a round. That's way cheaper than the almost $1.50 I paid for this. So I can afford to shoot more of a 350 Legend. So I hope that helps you with some of the difference of the 450 Bushmaster and the 350 Legend. Both of them have their place, so why not just buy both of them, right? Go get one of each. Everyone's making a bolt action rifle with these now, just about. AR platform rifles. You can get uppers, and they have, both of them have a purpose. Both of them fit a niche in the market, so I wouldn't say one is better. They are different. But hopefully that helps you with, you're trying to make a decision on which one you might buy. So, hey, happy hunting.